Hello viewers, welcome to today's video. I'm Gary from Silicon Style, where I discuss topics ranging from retro computers to video game consoles and, like today's video, mechanical keyboards and their components. Today I'll be showcasing Glorious Gaming's GPBT Code Brew keycaps. A few weeks ago, Glorious introduced their Keycapsules program, releasing a limited edition keycap set each month. They plan to release between 500 and 1,000 of each set, and once they're gone for good. However, it's unclear if there will be future re-releases like some manufacturers do for other keycap sets or keyboards. One of the first sets from the Keycapsules program is the Glorious GPBT Code Brew. I managed to get set number 670 out of 1,000, ordering them less than a day after release. As of this video, they are unfortunately sold out, but if they are representative of the rest of the Keycapsules releases, then we're going to see some great keycaps. These keycaps are made of PBT plastic with dye-sublimated legends. They have a traditional cherry profile, providing a faster, flatter, and more accurate typing experience due to the low-profile design. They are compatible with MX-style switches from manufacturers like Cherry, Kale, Gatoron, and of course Glorious. I've been using them for over a week, and I can honestly say these are my favorite keycaps from Glorious so far. And in the rest of this video, I'll explain why. First of all, let's talk materials. These keycaps are made from PBT, polybutylene terephthalate. Now let me geek out for a moment. I'm an engineer, I'm allowed. Many keycaps, especially on membrane and laptop keyboards, are made of ABS, acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. ABS is versatile with good impact resistance, rigidity, and toughness. It's also used in products like Lego bricks since 1963. However, ABS keycaps develop an oily shine over time due to the polishing effect of your fingertips. This sand-down effect results in a shiny appearance, particularly on frequently used keys like the spacebar or the shift key. Aggressive cleaning can make this shine even worse. PBT, on the other hand, is more resistant to this polishing effect and to many cleaning solvents. For example, this is my 40-year-old IBM Model M from 1984. Its keys are made of PBT and the keycaps are still textured. Here's another of the forefathers of modern keyboards, the Apple Extended Keyboard 2. Aside from the spacebar, the keycaps are made of PBT. In short, PBT is better for keeping your keyboard looking nice after many gaming sessions or programming crunches. It seems like more keycap vendors are adopting PBT, and I'm hoping all keycap manufacturers switch to it eventually. Now on to the colors. The Code Brew keycaps feature a solarized dark color scheme created by Ethan Schoonover in 2011. This scheme is popular among coders using editors like PyCharm, VS Code, and Sublime Text. The color scheme is designed to be cohesive, with symmetric differences in base colors to preserve contrast when switching between the light and the dark modes. For programming enthusiasts like me, the Code Brew keycaps are a hit. They not only use a familiar IDE theme, but also feature Node.js and JavaScript method calls on the modifier keys. While I personally think this is awesome, this may be confusing for non-touch typists who rely on standard legends like Shift and Command. One other complaint that's been raised for the Code Brew keycaps is that there are no additional novelty add-ons for different languages like Python. While it would be awesome to swap out the npm I key for something like pip install, I can see that providing additional languages can be both cost prohibitive and more effort than it's worth. I've compared the Code Brew keycaps to 4 other PBT keycap sets with cherry profiles: the Glorious GPBT Arctic White, PBBT Fans Purpulch, Nice PBT Galaxy, and MM Studio Retro PBT. The PBT Fans Purpulch set has double-shot PBT legends, but the remaining 4 are all dye-sublimated. Comparing the Glorious GPBT Code Brew caps against these other keycaps means that the material constituency is relatively the same. Since they are all cherry profile with MX-style stem attachments, their volume should be very close, owing any variation primarily to differences in wall thickness. Dye sublimation versus double-shot legends are differences that apply more to longevity than anything else. To make the comparisons, I used the mass balance to record the mass of 5 1U width caps from each of the R1 through R5 rows. I added a sixth 1 1/4 U cap, specifically the Alt Option keycap, so I could add a modifier key to the measurements. Some manufacturers may use a different polymer for the larger modifier keys, particularly the spacebar, to save on material cost. So I wanted to mix a modifier key in for better bulk measurements. I used a graduated cylinder to record the volume of the keycaps by measuring the amount of displaced water volume. From these recorded bulk, mass, and volume measurements, I could calculate an average material density. PBT can be blended with a lot of other materials to enhance different properties of the material. It's often blended with fiberglass, PET, or polycarbonate. These blends affect the density of the bulk product, which is more useful for engineering materials, but in keycaps, the average person probably can't tell one blend from another. I know I can't. This may affect sound quality, but there are a lot more variables for that than keycap material. That is significantly affected by plate material, switch materials, dampening foams, etc. Lastly, I used a set of calipers to record the wall thicknesses of each of these keycaps. Here's a table for comparison. From these data, it's plain to see that the GPBT Code Brew keycaps have more mass and volume than Glorious's GPBT Arctic White keycaps, probably owing to the thicker walls. This means that the Code Brew keycaps will have a slightly heavier sound than the Arctic Whites when everything else is the same. The much lower density of the Purpulch keycaps makes me wonder if the double shot material was actually PBT. Regardless, the Code Brew keycaps feel like they are higher quality than the Purpulch caps. Interestingly, the glorious GPBT Code Brew keycaps are remarkably similar to the nice PBT Galaxy caps, which, in full disclosure, are some of my favorite keycaps. Even the stem attachments are designed similarly, using a thin wall outline for the attachment instead of a pocketed cylinder like most other caps. I ordered the MM Studio Retro PBT keycaps with my Class 80 keyboard, and while they feel nice and match the Class 80 perfectly, they aren't in the same class as the nice PBT Galaxy or these new Code Brew keycaps. I wanted to customize a glorious GMMK Pro to match the Code Brew keycaps. I painted the frame with a beautiful blue-violet acrylic paint, creating a unique Harlequin purple look. However, I didn't like my paint job, so I went back to the drawing board, engineer style. I created a good enough approximation of the GMMK Pro top frame in FreeCAD and created an STL mesh. Then I used Prusa Slicer to create the G-code for my Prusa 3D printer. After 16 hours, I had a pearlescent GMMK Pro top frame made out of PLA, polylactic acid. If Glorious ever releases aluminum top frames with this color, I'll absolutely buy one. This GMMK Pro features an aluminum base and plate, Stupid Fish plate foam, Tech-C Purple Panda switches, Glorious GSV2 stabilizers, and of course the Code Brew keycaps. In summary, the glorious GPBT Code Brew keycaps are excellent caps and were a great deal at under $60. I've been using these on my refreshed GMMK Pro for a few weeks now, and they still feel wonderful. Like I said at the beginning, if these are any indication of the future Keycapsules releases, they'll all be great. I'm hoping to grow the channel, and liking this video and subscribing will really help me do just that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Geek on, my friends.